All right, here we go. Everybody asks, when's the market going to crash? When are prices going to go up? When are prices going to go down? Guess what? Supply and demand. It's always supply and demand, right? Here's the thing. Interest rates were 2 and 3% for long enough that everybody who owned property was able to refinance their mortgages into these 2 or 3% interest rates, right? They like their payments. Sometimes they like their payments more than they like the house. So, are they going to sell the house? More often than not, they don't, right? I even have some divorce situations that are not selling the house. Every other market condition in the past has says, oh, they're getting divorced, let's sell the house, let's split the proceeds, right? Some of them still are, but if they have a 2% interest rate, they're actually trying to buy each other out. So they're like, hey, I'll trade you this property for that property for this property so that I can end up with this house with a 2% interest rate, right? Makes sense. So supply and demand, the supply is low because the interest rates are so low on these houses and they can afford them, and they're afraid that, hey, if I sell this one to buy that bigger one, or even sell this big one to buy that smaller one, I'm going to have to pay 6%, 7% in interest, and when I've got this 2 or 3% interest rate, right? Rental rates went up. Nobody wants to sell their house and then become a renter, right? That's why you're looking to become a buyer. That's why you're wanting to be a homeowner. You're tired of it. Every year, interest or rental rates go up, right? So who's selling? Death. If there's a death in the family, they might sell. Divorce. If they're getting divorced, they're probably going to sell, but sometimes they might not even sell, like we talked about. Destitute. So destitute means that they lost their job, they're out of money, their income is severely harnessed or hindered. They can't get a job in that area. They got to move to somewhere else. They're destitute. They can't hold on to the house, right? These people are falling behind on their mortgages. They got notice of defaults, and guess who's coming in for the rescue? These guys, me, other guys, right? The cash buyers, right? But I'm the guy you should call, not the cash buyer, so that we can put it on the market and get it out there and make it make sense for you to make the most money. So, destitute, death, divorce, right? Displacement, so you got orders going somewhere else, but hey, I'll tell you right now, if you're active duty and you got orders out of here, keep that house, rent it out. You'll thank me later, right? And so the supply is just super low, right? The amount of houses that are for sale are super low. The demand is kind of low, but what's going to make it to where the demand is high and the supply is high, right? Let's talk about destitute real quick. So destitute would be most likely a mass wave of unemployment. I don't think anybody's predicting that that's going to happen, but if it does, right, then you have all these people who can't afford their house and they can't even afford to rent it out because who else is unemployed? The would-be renters, right? So now, who else would be the buyer? Oh, the would-be renters. So who's left? The billionaires, right? So the billionaires are going to scoop up the houses at a low price, and that's going to drive the price down, right? Because they don't have competition because of unemployment. So unemployment could be a really, really bad thing, right? And if you're out there hoping for a wave of mass unemployment in the United States, like, I've got really strong words for you that I probably shouldn't say in a video.